Welcome to Leading the Nations with Barrister Ikenna Emmanuel.
I was doing marriage counseling in the course of the week, and in that marriage counseling, I mentioned about when we talk about faithfulness, there are 8 indications of faithfulness. There are 8 indicators of faithfulness in marriage. There are 8 indicators of faithfulness. There are 8 or 10 tests, 10 levels of tests that every couple must go through to actually verify that he or she is faithful to his spouse. And number 1 is when there is delay in conception. Number 2 is when there is distant relationship. Number 3 is when there is financial abundance. Number 4 is when there is obvious scarcity. Number 5 is when the woman is pregnant. And number 6 is when there is sickness on the part of the man, on the part of the woman. And number 7 is when the person becomes old. At old age, some men exhibit manifestations of infidelity. They believe that the woman is no more fresh, the breast has come down, the fidelity and faithfulness will be tested. When the woman is not conceiving or babies are no more coming, it is always a time to test a man's faithfulness. It's always a time to also test a woman's faithfulness. When the man is sick, you can use it to test a man's faithfulness, or a woman's faithfulness. There are people whose husbands, once the man is sick, they abandon their husband. When the woman is either rich or the man is rich, in the midst of abundance, we test your fidelity. Also, in the midst of lack, also we test your fidelity and faithfulness to your spouse. There are people who can stay with a woman when they have been struggling and all the rest of them, and once money comes into the man's hands, he knows that the woman that he can actually look for another class of woman, and say, this person is no more my style, this person is no more my spec, this person is not part of my agenda. Did I ever make a mistake in marrying this guy? That is when it is actually shown. And the other one I mentioned is that when there is a distant relationship, when the man is not around, maybe the man is a seller, the man living outside the country, or the man is a pilot, or the man is someone that does a job that takes him away. So these are about 8 or 9 or 10 of them that are clear indicators, benchmarks of establishment of faithfulness in marriages. Every man can claim and every woman can claim that she is faithful to her spouse or to his spouse. But when you pass through this furnace of tests, you actually prove that you're faithful. That's the way it is. When the woman is sick or when the man is sick. Because one is that sicknesses cannot announce itself. It can come at any time. Oh, age is a factor. Nobody becomes young forever. Makeup does not establish the absence of age. When they remove it and they bet you, you know you're aging. Praise the Lord. Nothing else a breast of a woman does not go up, it goes down. It goes down, it must go down, either by natural factors or human factors. Combined with children, it goes down. Because there's a force of gravity on it. Hey, forgive my pornography this morning.
This is Faith House Leadership Church, one global leadership church, transforming lives and leading nations through God's light.